prospects not reviewing information when they said they would is frustrating. When they book a follow-up with us and they don't show up, well, let's face it, that's discouraging. Some people keeping an open mind will discover in this video that there's actually a skill available, so neither one of those two things ever happens again. Aloha, I'm Mark J, the world's laziest networker, and welcome to the third video in the Go 90 Grow series I'm doing so you can learn the skills that'll replace fear and frustration with fun and profit. Most people, and I'm like most people, would rather enjoy themselves while building an incredible income instead of being mad or frustrated all the time because their dreams are being held at the mercy of prospects who simply don't keep their word about showing up or reviewing information. Which defines Go 90 Grow. Go 90 Grow replaces misconceptions with the truth. We go with the truth for 90 days and grow our business by applying skills in the three key money-making areas. Everybody knows the big money is in collecting decisions. More decisions means more money.
Hero's Journey, it made recruiting so much easier.
My hero's journey and the skill sets, people started to show up a lot differently, a lot more than they did before.
My name is Angela Bacone from North Branford, Connecticut, and before I learned these skills, prospects weren't showing up, and now they're showing up at ease.
I was constantly chasing prospects and begging them pretty much to just listen to me. But now that people come to me now.
If you are having problems getting people into events or meetings, you want to learn these skill sets. They're very powerful. My ratio of getting people into meetings and events and then of course closing them have been off the charts.
They're showing up, which is different for me.
My name's Tom Dutta and I'm from Canada. Before Hero's Journey, no shows. After Hero's Journey, piece of cake.
It's taken me from having people not show up and not wanting to hear about my business, and when I tap into that and use those skills, they show up. So it's worked for me really, really well.
I've started using the Hero's Journey skills, and before I had this skill, it was impossible to get people's interest. Now, using the Hero's Journey, everybody shows up. I can almost close my mouth, they join on their own.
Recruiting was always a challenge for me before I learned the Hero's Journey, and now using the skills I learned the Hero's Journey, it's basically.
Hi, my name is Diane Pierpont, and before I took the Hero's Journey, I was fearful. I couldn't talk on the phone. I didn't listen to people. After understanding, and that has made me more successful. Our team is growing, and it's just been the biggest impact in my life and our team.
Hey Mark, Lou Abbott here from MLMthewholetruth.com. Listen, I just want to tell you that I absolutely love the skills, the Hero's Journey skills that you teach in Go 90 Grow. They're the most useful skills I've ever used.
Hi, my name is Marie Grabowicki. I live in Branford, Connecticut, and before I learned about the Hero's Journey skills, recruiting was so difficult. It has made my life so much easier. Recruiting is so much easier now.
The Hero's Journey to me has been an eye-opener and a mind blower.
And practice the Hero's Journey videos, but I think I've gone up to like practically 80 or 85% of the time now that people are showing.
If you follow this system, there's no limit to what you can earn in the industry.
It's amazing. It does work.
It's really paying off.
Nancy, our big check casher, not only knows the secret to the Hero's Journey, she knows exactly how to apply it to the recruiting cycle and why the sequence is crucial. She knows what she's doing and she knows exactly why she's doing it. There's an old saying, and it's a good one. Never do anything unless you know why you're doing it. Unlike the non-check cashers named Al, the Nancys of the world know that recruiting is not a numbers game, it's a skills game. And if you don't get anything out of this series except that, you've already won, you'll improve. Most people would love more money, more time, and to pay less in taxes. Now that means, if you really think about it, most people would be happy to look at what you have to offer and with an open mind. And while most people failing in network marketing keep asking, how do I find the right people? The real achievers ask the right question, what skills do I need to learn so my message reaches their head and touches their heart? So what are the right skills and where do we use them?
I'm Bob Gosford, I'm from North Florida. Before I learned these skills, it was like I was in a boat on a pond with one paddle swimming in circles. But now, I've got 2 oars, I've got a motor on the boat, and I'm steaming through. People are calling me. I don't have to chase them.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Parker from Northern California in Sebastopol. Once I learned how to have a prospect present to me, I never have to close. It's so easy.
I particularly like it now that people present to me why they want to join me in the business. You combine that with a button-down script for follow-up, and everybody's showing up for a follow-up call. It's amazing.
Before Hero's Journey, I was still learning. No shows to not only business, but no shows to a lot. Afterwards, now people showing up, they're interested, and they are asking me. I've actually had people ask me to show them, what do you do? And I give them that short little, and they're like, tell me about it. And I'm like, I don't have to push. I don't have to force feed, and I'm becoming a hero.
With the Hero's Journey taught me so much. I mean, I was about to quit 3 feet from gold, but now I'm at the gold. I found the gold.
I saw continuous improvement from someone that actually was afraid to talk to somebody about the business to actually closing people for people on her team. It's been extraordinary.
I've started using the Hero's Journey skills, and before I had this skill, it was impossible to get people's interest. Now, using the Hero's Journey, everybody shows up. I can almost close my mouth, they join on their own.
We had over 100 people show up on a Friday night after work as a result of everything that we had been learning. Of those 100 people that showed up, we had a combination of guests and prospects, right? Prospects, suspects, and of course some IBOs. We had 10 people sign up for a $1,000 business pack that night. Over the next week, we had an additional 22 people sign into the organization. We brought in 32 people in December before Christmas, the week before Christmas.
Now that high percentage of show-ups and sign-ups happens all the time for people who learn and apply the Hero's Journey skill set. Why? Well, you've now got real prospects who are coming to your meeting or meeting with you to enroll. And on the live webcast, you'll learn how to get them to close themselves. I'm going to give you word for word, step by step, the prospect's invisible close.
Before I learned about the invisible close, recruiting was so much harder. Now they're asking me to join. It's so much easier.
Before I learned the invisible close, getting people to join was like pulling teeth. Now with this skill, the invisible close, people, they want to know where to sign. They join themselves.
I absolutely have been more successful with the invisible close in terms of signing people on. Big thumbs up on the invisible close.
Can you imagine talking to a prospect and having them say yes 5 times and actually closing themselves into your business? Can you imagine that? Well, it happens all the time. Learn the invisible close through Go 90 Grow. It's awesome.
Hi, Henry L. Williams from Jacksonville, Florida. Before I was using the invisible close, I couldn't sell any or couldn't recruit anyone. But after using the invisible close, people close themselves. It is awesome. You have to use it.
The invisible close.
Much easier. Love it. They show up all the time.
Oh, the invisible close? I love it.
All right, Scott Carter, Vancouver, BC, and I want to talk to you about the invisible close and how powerful it is for me when I have my up team on the phone or when I'm using the invisible close with my IBOs. You know, people are closing themselves on the business. We get lots of yeses in that conversation. Really works for me, and it's part of what I do, and it's what I'll always use. Invisible close is great.
Particularly using things like the invisible close. Obviously, in our business, that's a skill. It's difficult for most people to be able to get people to say, yes, I'm in. After the invisible close, changed our business, changed our group, helped us just bring so many more people into the business. It was valuable for us.
Hi, my name is Reverend Dan Pardis. I'm from Middletown, Connecticut. And before I started with this stuff, I was basically preaching to the choir. Nobody showed up, me and my wife sitting there talking to each other. After we went through this with the invisible close and everything, I've got a full congregation. There's never a meeting where the seats aren't filled.
Unbelievable. They're like magnets. They just come to me. I learned what to say, how to say it, when to say it. Huge difference in business, which is huge. Huge.
Hey Mark, Lou Abbott from MLM, thewholetruth.com. Listen, I just have to commend you on the invisible close. When you use that in conjunction with the other hero's journey skills, it's just simply the most effective and powerful thing I've ever used in my 15 years network marketing.
1, leave a comment and I'll get you this extraordinary interview. 2, register for the webcast at go90grow.net so you can learn word for word, step by step, how to get the invisible close working for you and for your team right now. Again, that site is go90grow.net. Peace be the journey.